I'm running out of time or whatever, and blah blah this and this. I was like, what's up with this, brother? Like, what are you worried about? Because I mentioned $9 million? That's nothing. It's nada. It's about time that all of us have $9 million in our back pocket. Because there's enough money in the world for all of us to do that. You know, what is the purpose of your future work after having secured the funding? Like I said, the funding is for having leverage as we seek to achieve structural adjustments as we go and engage all parts of of society in the structural adjustments that we want to see. So we just don't want to come with an empty pocket, because that's just not on. You just don't do that. The coin. You say that the coin dropped. In terms of your realization how you will be able to raise the funds, are you able to explain this? If so, how will you raise the funds? Watch me, bro. There's many things. Many coins are dropping. I play on the street. Do you know how many coins drop? Each time a coin drops on the street is a new idea. I love from people on how to raise the funds. There's many of them. It's endless. It's just that I happened to say something about that day on Facebook, but I'm struggling with which one to put first. So this is a culmination of many years of work, man. I mean, at the moment we're saying 17 years, but really we must say even further than that. We must be talking about 30 years, basically, of work and dedication. So the coins have always been there because it was always street music. So let's just say that the coin drop has to do with street music. But specifically on that day when I posted that, I do remember what it was, and it had to do with music. It had to do with no, I will not reveal it. I will not reveal it. Is No, I won't. Not on this video. I will manifest it. Let's just put it that way. I will not reveal it. I will manifest it. What we got? Are you able to explain this? Yes, I'm able to, but I won't. I will raise the funds. But if you want to know how I'm going to raise the funds, people are going to download my music. People are going to buy my music, because I'm going to market it such that when you buy this music, it goes to such and such structure that does such and such. It goes to Cool Mom Records, which we're going to promote, which I am putting final touches to its structure and what it's about. So that is definitely a thing that is going to go to. I mean, that is definitely a thing that I'm going to use to promote the music. People don't pay for downloads anymore, but we're going to give them reason to pay for downloads, because this is the way that they can change the world. And so it's from downloads, it's from music. And Steve, that goes hand in hand with the whole idea that I said, that we need to be raising the money ourselves. So if I'm going to go to the youths now and say to the youths, with the structure that I have for them, that you as poor people need to be raising so and so much money, and show them that you can do it, then I need to be showing that myself as well, which is why it's important for me to hold on to playing on the street and to market about playing on the street. And I want to show people how far you can go by just being a street musician. Use it as a selling point, that I actually would have advantages as far as authenticity is concerned these days with artists. That the street musician soon is going to be the real standard by which you prove whether a musician can really hold his own or not. And it is, because when we play on the street, we're invading people's space. We're not inviting them to a space where they're paid money for, and so therefore automatically they give us the respect and want to listen to you because they paid money for it. No, we have to invade them in the middle of their shopping, their arguments or whatever, and say, hey, here I am. And in that instance, we have to be more important than the movie that they're going to watch, than the toys that they're going to buy for their kids and all those things. So we are right there competing with everything else that goes on in people's minds. So being a street musician does take a lot. But that's what I'm sticking with. And I want to show people that whoever you are, wherever you are, just use that in order to achieve these things that we need to achieve. What is your current awareness about the water infrastructure in the areas you wish to develop? Ooh, it's very limited. If you take into consideration that we're talking about Cape to Cairo, you know, when we talk about water, that's not the money now. We're talking the 9 million. We're talking about something that's much bigger than the 9 million, because the 9 million is basically limited to Mangochi district in Malawi, you know. But if we're talking in general about water, that's something else. When I started in 2013, the first people I went to see were Cape Town. So I went to the water department in Belleville. First of all, we had a gentleman by the name of Farouk Roberts, or was it Robertson, who came to see an event, and he brought a T-shirt for me to wear from the waterworks, which is really nice. And he then put me through to another gentleman called Vaya Malusi, and the whole of the department had a meeting with me. And I would have gained a whole lot more knowledge then, which was my plan, to always have knowledge from the water department, the municipal water departments, so that we at least we had that way of involving the government, because I would never do anything that doesn't involve the government. I would never do anything that is subversive to the government. So I would be doing it. But what I did not do at that time was to do the proper research on what was required of me visa wise, because as soon as it transpired to that department that I was holding a Danish passport, all negotiations had to cease, because I needed to go through some kind of protocol with the ministry, because I mean it was basically illegal to have that type of project around me when I was just on a tourist visa. But by then, I had already paid for my ticket to come to South Africa, and already a lot of people were expecting things of me. So I decided to continue the work as best as I could. And when my visa ran out, I decided to continue as well. But it just meant that I was never really able to really get the fullness of the information that I wanted to get, especially in this climate of terrorism. You know, you have to be aware of the fact that a lot of terrorists have been hiding in South Africa. You know, it is a place where a lot of them go to hide. So if you're not able to provide the right credentials, you will not get the in-depth knowledge that I'd hoped to do to get from the get-go. You know, so I had to compensate a lot over these years. What I did instead then was to concentrate on the dynamics, the cultural dynamics that would work.